What if I told you that the key to mastering your money isn't buried in some dusty spreadsheet? What if it's actually hidden in the heart of one of the greatest stories of our time? Yeah, today, we're going way beyond just talking about budgets. We are going to forge a new kind of financial weapon, and we're going to do it by drawing wisdom from the Demon Slayer core to help you identify, confront, and finally slay the real-world demons that are threatening your financial future.
And this right here is the key to everything. We all have them, don't we? Those vague, shadowy anxieties about money that creep in at night. You know, the fear of debt, the worry about losing your job, the dread of a market crash. These are your financial demons, and they only get stronger in the dark, feeding on the fact that you refuse to look them straight in the eye.
Now, really, I want you to think about that for a second. Pause if you need to. What's the one financial fear that genuinely keeps you up at night? Is it that monster credit card balance, your total lack of savings, the sheer uncertainty of it all? Just naming it. That's the first, absolutely crucial step to defeating it.
And that is exactly what we're going to do today. No more just swinging our swords wildly at every little expense that pops up. We're going to use a really powerful framework to identify, to prioritize, and to take out the financial threats that actually matter. It's time to stop being afraid and start fighting back.
Okay, here's our battle plan. We've organized all the threats into this three-tiered hierarchy, just like the demons in the show. This structure is going to be our guide. It's going to show us what to defend against, what to attack with literally everything we have, and what to just manage with good old-fashioned routine and discipline. So let's start at the top, with the ultimate threat. First, we have to acknowledge the architect of all evil, the final boss you can never actually kill, Muzan. In our world, Muzan is systemic risk. This is the big picture stuff that is completely out of your personal control.
Look, you can't single-handedly stop a recession. You can't prevent inflation. Trying to is like a lone slayer trying to take down Muzan by themselves. It's a suicide mission. So the goal isn't to defeat these forces. The goal is to build a fortress so strong that it can withstand their attacks when they inevitably come.
Just think about it. The 2008 financial crisis, the recent surge in inflation that's making your groceries cost a fortune, or global events like the pandemic that sent shockwaves through the entire economy. That is the work of Muzan, and it affects every single one of us.
So how in the world do you fight Muzan? Well, not with one single all-out attack. You build a resilient defense. And in finance, that defense has a name: diversification. It means you spread your investments across different assets, different sectors, different countries, so that when one area gets hammered, the others can hold the line.
All right, so we've got our defenses set against Muzan. Now it's time to face the dangers that need your direct, focused attention. These are your personal, highly destructive, upper-ranked demons, the threats that can and absolutely will destroy your financial life if you ignore them.
This right here, this is probably the most important lesson in risk management. A demon slayer knows that if you're facing an upper-ranked demon, you give it your all, you don't get distracted. The same exact logic applies here. You have to identify your single greatest financial threat and focus all of your energy on eliminating it, period.
This is all about brutal prioritization. If you have crippling credit card debt, that is your akaza. That is the fight. Every single spare dollar, every bit of financial energy goes into that one battle until it's won. You don't try to pay off debt and save for a vacation and invest in the stock market all at the same time. You focus.
And this table breaks down the most common upper-ranked demons you might be facing perfectly. High-interest debt, that's the relentless akaza. The devastating 1-2 punch of losing your job and having a health crisis, that's the deadly sibling duo, Daki and Gyutaro. And having all your money in one single stock, that's the ever-shifting Han-Tengu. Each one requires a specific, powerful strategy, a breathing form to defeat.
Let's just focus on akaza for a minute, because it's the most common and destructive of these demons. This is your high-interest debt. We're talking credit cards charging 25%, personal loans, those awful payday loans. It is actively attacking your financial foundation every single month with compounding interest.
So your counterattack is the debt avalanche. It's focused, it's relentless. You list out all your debts by interest rate, and you pour every single available resource into the one at the very top of that list, while making minimum payments on the others. You cut off its lifeblood, the interest, with brutal efficiency. You have to go on the offensive, slay this demon.
Now, notice the critical difference in strategy here. An upper-rank threat demands an all-out war. It requires sacrifice, total focus. But the lesser threats, the lower ranks, they're a completely different story.
They're not defeated with one epic battle, but with something a lot more mundane: discipline. So now, let's talk about those lower ranks. These are the dozens of annoying little demons that don't pose an immediate fatal threat, but man, they distract you. They wear you down, and they slowly bleed you dry, leaving you weaker for the real fights. Think of Enmu, the demon of dreams. That's your subscription creep. Those streaming services and gym memberships you don't even use that just lull you into a false sense of financial comfort. Or the temple demon. That's your daily impulse buys, the little treats that feel good for a second, but add up to a huge problem. These small leaks can, over time, absolutely sink a ship. You don't need a special breathing form for these guys. You just need consistency. The defense is super simple. Automate your savings, so the money's gone before you can even think about spending it, and do a regular demon audit. Once a month, just sit down with your bank statement and a highlighter. Circle every subscription. Ask yourself, do I still use this? Do I still need this? And if the answer is no, you slice it away. All right, we've identified the enemies. We have our strategies. Now, it's time to forge our ultimate weapon. In Demon Slayer, it's the Nichirin Blade, the only thing that can permanently kill a demon. In your financial life, this blade is your ultimate defense. Now, it's really important to understand this. Your blade is not your investment portfolio. That's for offense, for building wealth. Your blade is pure defense. It's the boring but absolutely essential stuff that's designed to protect you and your family from a catastrophic, life-altering event. So your blade has 3 critical parts: life insurance, to protect your loved ones if you're gone; disability insurance, to protect your ability to earn an income. That's the very breathing that fuels your entire financial fight; and a will or a trust, to make sure your legacy is passed on the way you intended, protecting your family from hardship and confusion.
If you take away just one thing from all of this, let it be this: your debt is an upper-rank demon. Your financial safety net is your Nichirin Blade. Slay the demon. Forge the blade.
The battle plan is clear. The hierarchy of threats is laid out right in front of you. So the question isn't, what should I do anymore? The question is, which demon will you choose to slay first? Your financial dawn is waiting. The power to change your future is in your hands.